Hi guys. So this is a quick lesson over the styling process and how to access this information, how to chart it down, and how to overall practice the actual styling technique. So in other videos, we've talked about the eye shape, the face shape, the lash curl, making sets, all of that. But now I want to talk about the process of consulting with the client and actually putting this information into practice. So a way that you can do that is pretty much listed out here with all the resources that you will need, as well as an assignment or a step-by-step for you to go ahead and take this information out and practice it. So first thing that you need to do, if you haven't already, you need to read the link here, which is chapter 5, the link to the CEO eyelash extension artist, and it is all about styling. So went past it. There we go. It's chapter 5, shapes of the face and eye. This is the foundational information that you need to know in order to be able to accomplish a set. So the information that we're going to be looking for are going to be lash curl. So which curl is going to be best for the link, the natural lash, and the eye shape for the client, and the face shape. The next is going to be the best application method to use, and that's going to be classic, hybrid, volume, mega volume, bottom, so on and so forth. And then the how long and how thick the extensions are that you apply. So these pieces of information are going to create a design code or a design chart. This information is going to be filled in the client chart. So I've linked it below, but I'm also going to show you how to get through it. So we're just going to put my name, student name, and then whatever the date is, and then the service performed. So lash extensions. And then we'll hit next page. As you can see, the next page goes right into all the lash extension information. So what you're collecting is ultimately what style you're going to do. So the style you're going to do is going to be determined by the client's face shape and eye shape. So in order to determine the face shape of the client, you're going to use this basic information here. And then you're going to determine the client's eye shape, whether they have close set, almond, deep set, downturned, hooded, protruded, so on. Then you're going to determine the application type that you are going to perform, classic, volume, mega, bottom, whatever it is you're applying. You're going to determine what lengths you're going to use. Lengths can be as short as 6 millimeter, which I don't believe they sell 6 to 7 anymore, as short as 8 millimeter in length, and then up to 16 millimeter. This is an old chart. They do now have up to, I believe, like 22 millimeters. So it's really up to the client's natural lashes. To safely extend a natural lash, you should aim to apply an extension no longer than 2 to 4 millimeters longer than the client's natural lash. So if the client's natural lash is a 9 millimeter, you should go no longer than an 11 if you are playing it safe. If you are taking a little bit of a risk and the client is requesting something longer on a 9 millimeter lash, I would go no longer than 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, no longer than 13 millimeters. For a natural look, 1 to 2 millimeters. For a more dramatic, 3 to 4. I have seen people go longer. I don't personally recommend it, but it's 100% up to you as a stylist, as a lash artist. So remember, your application is going to be determined by the natural lash health. So you want to make sure that the lashes are long enough, thick enough to survive what it is you're putting on them. Then you're going to get to determine what curl is going to give them the best appearance. We have taken the curls by curl type, and we have described them. So you have B curl, which is a natural curl. It'll tell you what it mimics. A C curl, it's a common curl. It's great for all ages. A CC, a D, a J, and an L, a LC, and a M. So in your Boss Lady Beauty Online CEO, the CEO Eyelash Extension Guide, it actually tells you in your face and eye shapes what to avoid and what to do for correction. So none of this should be new information. You basically, once you've determined your client's face shape, so let's just say we're looking at me, I have a rounder of a face. That means that it's as wide as it is as long. and I want to avoid round brows attributed to round shape. So I don't want my brows or my lashes to be anything that's going to be too round. You also don't want to overline the lips because it's going to make them look rounder or even more puffier. It's funny because with trends and things changing, the Bratz look is really popular. So it's all subjective, right? You also want to correct in the terms of eyelash extensions. You want to use eyelash styles that draw the eye up as opposed to draw the eye out. So you wouldn't necessarily want to go in with a cat eye on a rounder face, more so an open eye or doll eye, something that's going to lift the client's face and draw the eye up as opposed to drawing the eye out. So for every face shape, there is a little bit of detailed information as far as overall makeup, eyebrows, eyelashes that you can, determine. But at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is correct their face shape or complement it. So if they are a square shape and they want to be more round or oval, you would correct. If they have a round face and they want to play up that round face, then you could play into it with something like a cat eye versus correcting with something like a doll eye. But in order to do that, you have to determine the information. So back to the client chart. You are going to be putting the extension style. You're going to be describing the client's natural lashes. You're going to be describing the application type that you're going to do, the client's eye shape, the client's face shape, the curl that you're using, the lengths that you're using, the eyelash thickness that you're using. You can upload the lash map. You can upload before and after photos. You could take additional notes. So if the length you're using is not listed, you could put it here. And then you can input information about the appointment that you're doing, the next appointment, so on and so forth. But this chart essentially captures the data of the client and what it is that you did and what you're going to do. So what I would recommend in this process, it's pretty simple. After you've read this chapter and you know the details, when you have a client in front of you, you want to determine their face shape. Let's actually write this down. So step one, face shape. Step two, client eye shape. Step three, client's natural lash length. So, it's not how you spell lengths. So remember you have anagen lashes, catagen lashes, and telogen lashes. So you need to determine what 3 lash lengths in general you should be able to use. Step 4, you are going to determine the client's natural lash width. I keep wanting to type weight. Sorry about that. Okay, client lash width. Okay, so you want to determine the client's natural lash width through all of them, anagen, catagen, telogen. So you want to make sure that their overall widths, you know what's safe to use. Once you have that information, you're going to ask ask your client, what are they looking for? With pictures, if you can. So you want to determine what it is that they are looking for with pictures. In that information, you're going to determine, is that feasible for them? So if they're showing you a picture of Kim Kardashian, so that's, imagine, right? My face shape, my eye shape, Kim Kardashian's face shape, Kim Kardashian's eye shape. We may not be suitable for the same lash style. So you're going to ask them what they're looking for. You're going to have them describe it with pictures if they can. If they match, you can map that out and go with that. If not, you're going to explain to them how you can tweak that to benefit them. So then step 6, design the set for them. I would do this on paper first. I would not do this on the map first. I would do it on paper and show the actual client. So what I mean by that is, let's go up to this map. Let's say the client wants an open eye. They want it to be dark and dramatic. They have natural, healthy natural lashes. Their lashes range anywhere from 11 millimeter in length up to 13 millimeter in length. And they don't have a hooded eye. They have, let's say they have an almond eye, so they have a general shaped eye that can take anything. It's perfect proportions, and they have an oval face, considered the best face shape. So they have an oval face, almond eye, perfect proportions. They could take any curl. Their natural lashes are from 11 millimeter up to 13, so they can go up to 13, 14, 15, 16. They can go up to 17, 18, depending on how dramatic they really want to be. From there, I'm going to do the open eye style because that's what they're looking for. So I'm going to decide where the middle of their eye line is, and that's going to be the longest length. And then we're going to go with 12s, 13, 15, 16. So the 15s and 16 are going to be the 15s in the middle line here. The 16s in the middle line here, the 15s on both sides, and then we're going to go down from there, 13, 13, 12, 12, or 13, 13, 11, 11. Whatever it is that you, hey, 11, 11, whatever it is that you determine is going to be that custom set for the client. So then you're going to design a set for them on paper, talk to them about the set, the benefits, what they might like about it, what they might not like, get the client approval. And then step 8, lash bath, tape, map on iPads. Step 9, I'm going to lay my foundation. So I'm going to put the long lengths where the long lengths need to go, the medium where the mediums need to go, the short where the short need to go. And then I'm going to start filling in. So step 10 is while lashing. I'm going to work eye to eye, but every 25 to 30 lashes placed on each eye, I want to check it. I want to check it from the other side of the client. So you're lashing from behind them. You need to get up, you know, walk around, and you need to go look at the lashes from this perspective. So if I'm lashing from here, client's here in front of me, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to come from here and I'm going to look at the client so that I can see and make sure that they're balanced on both sides. Go from there, finish the set. When I'm finished, I'm going to check them. So step 11, check them. You can use the mirror, untape client, okay, so I'm going to check them, untape the client, and then have them open. And I'm going to look from the same both angles, so from behind them and in front of them. If everything's good, step 12, give the client the mirror. And then step 13, chart it. And we're going to chart it with the charts that we use. It'll be emailed to you. I would then give that information to the client as well and let them know what it is they got, set them up for the next appointment, so on and so forth. That way they're good to go. If they do decide to go somewhere else and they want to keep that style, they have the information. Trust me, it's in your interest to be forthcoming with the client about what they have and what you did, because if they do try someone else and they don't get that service, they're going to come back to you anyway. But if you try to kind of gatekeep that information, kind of just leave a, gross taste in their mouth, and they kind of feel like, okay, well, I can go anywhere if they're just going to keep it a secret. So those are the step-by-step process. This is all the information that you need broken down. Essentially, read the chapter 5, watch all the other videos related to styling. You're looking for lash curl, the application method, the lash thickness, the lash length, what it is that you're overall doing. You're going to make a lash code, or you're going to make a chart for the client with all this information. You're going to get the client's face shape and what's appropriate for them. You're going to get the client's eye shape and what's appropriate for them. Remember, it's in the book. You're then going to get the measure the length of the client's natural lashes. You're going to determine what style or application technique you're going to use, classic, hybrid, volume. You're going to determine what length and diameter of your fans or extensions are going to be. Remember, the length needs to be no more than 4 millimeters longer than the natural lashes, 5 to 6 if you want to push it, but I personally wouldn't, but I'm more of a conservative application type person. And then you are going to determine the curl that's going to be best for the client and what it is the client's looking for. And then you're going to take all that information and customize a set for them from start to finish. So step 1 to 13 takes all that information and puts it into one neat, perfect little box. Okay, so if you have any questions about styling from here, if you would like to do this as an activity, I would personally recommend doing 5 to 10 people, seeing if you can customize those sets for them in a way that they absolutely love and they're comfortable with. This is a matter of repetition. At the end of the day, you can do any and everything, and it's not necessarily wrong as long as it's safe. So in order to get confident in this, you need to go out and do it. So find some friends, find some family, and get out there and determine their face shape, eye shape, what lengths would be best, what curls would be best, map it out, create that set for them, and apply it. I'll see you in the next one.